Hello, everyone. It's Lori Staley, Addicted Stamper, coming to you Wednesday night at 8 p.m. from Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I am late. I planned to be here at 8 o'clock, but the best laid plans of mice and men, right? The computer I normally go live on would not allow me to do so. So we had to switch out computers, and that one didn't have the app on it. And so, yeah, so here I am. Happy Wednesday. Hi, Carol. Good to see you. I'm still kind of orienting everything because it kind of got a little hectic right here and things are crooked. Hi, Tina. Hello, hello. So, so I apologize for being late, and I apologize for the different day, but my world is a little upside down right now, I guess is the best way to say it. But we are here, and we are on February 1st. Can you believe that January is already over? I cannot believe it. Of course, this is our second and final month of celebration. Hi, Berna. So, there's still lots of good things to get from here. We're going to be playing with two of the beautiful papers, the Favorite Flowers and the Dainty. I think it's Dainty Flowers, right? Dainty Flowers patterns. That's what we're going to be playing with tonight on our projects. Those are so pretty. Both of them are just lovely. But I did want to make sure that you saw my post on Facebook today, or have seen someone's post today, because this morning Stampin' Up! Released several new items that you can get for free. Hi, Christy. Several new items that you can get for free. And we've done this in the past, right? We usually release the last month of celebration. Usually that's March. But again, remember, this is it for celebration. There is not a March celebration. It is January and February only this year. So we are beginning the second month and the last month. And they released all of these items that are currently in the catalog, except for the kit. I think that's part of the kit collection. And you can get these with your $50 or $100 product purchase. And actually, I think everything with the exception of the Eden's Garden bundle is $50 qualifying purchase. That one is $100 qualifying purchase. So keep that in mind. Lots of good things. This, of course, will be in my newsletter that comes out on Friday, along with your most recent free project sheet. So if you are not a subscriber to my newsletter, you're going to want to make sure when the video is over, I'll come back and load all the measurements and things. And there'll be a link there to subscribe to my newsletter so you can start getting my Freebie Friday project sheets, as well as up-to-date specials, classes I might be offering, and all that type of good stuff. A couple of things I wanted to mention to you. The other thing that released today is this Wreath of Blooms. This is a new kit in the kit collection. You find those on my website, and this is beautiful. So I am going to be doing an in-person class with this kit, hopefully here by the end of February. But it is so pretty, and it is perfect. It will help us get in the mood for spring, and it'll make a great decor piece in your home or to give as a gift. And I'm trying to figure out why it seems so dark here tonight because all my lights are on. It is $13. No, that price is not right for the Wreath of Blooms. Sorry. But it is an 8 diameter wreath, pre-cut paper pieces, multicolored brads to keep everything together, some thick twine as you see here, and enough adhesive to complete the project. However, you will need a hot glue gun, which is not included with the project. And I will have to get you that price. That'll be in my newsletter as well. I apologize for that typo. And then, of course, don't forget, since it is celebration, we still have the offer to join my team, join Stampin' Up, get $175 of product of your choice for the $99 price point, or get $175 in product, the new Boho Blue, which is an upcoming in color, mini machine, or the white mini machine for $129. So it is a deal that can't be beat. Hobbyists, business builders, want a little extra side cash, whatever you want, I can help you make that happen and get you that kit, and then we can work together from there. All right, I think that's everything, except that I do want to share with you, there's a new host code. Remember, with a minimum $35 product order on my website, addictedstamper.stampinup.net, February host code applied to that order, you earn the Just Card kits. In person, class is always the second Wednesday of the month. So the February class will be the second Wednesday of March at 3 p.m. And if there's enough interest, I do a 6 o'clock class as well. And here are the cards for March. Oops, upside down too. So we have a thank you. We have a beautiful birthday. We have a masculine birthday. We all love those masculine cards, right? We have a thinking of you that is a bit of a little fun fold there, right? The barn door fold, love that. This one's also a little bit of a fun fold. And then not a Valentine's card, even though when you first see it, it says sending happy thoughts. And then on the inside, I have happy anniversary. So if you need an anniversary card, this makes a great anniversary card. And apparently I was in such a hurry when I designed these that I never mounted this on the inside. So I'll have to go back and fix that. But those are the 5 Just Card kits for the month. Again, minimum $35 product order on my website with the host code. That's the critical part. And you earn the kits for free. You can also purchase the class outright for $15. And there is a $4 postage charge to mail them, regardless if you earn it or purchase it. Hello, Valerie. All right. And then we made these cute cards from our paper pumpkin last month or last week. Our gumball machine, the really pretty one that we did with the dainty floral dies, and then one that kind of stayed true to the kit. And the winner of these is Debbie Franklin. And I didn't see Debbie hop on, so hopefully she knows that I switched it tonight. Speaking of switching it, we are on the move. The Addicted Stamper is on the move. So our new time for my YouTube lives is going to be a lunch with Lori on Tuesdays at noon Eastern time. So you want to make sure you're tuning in Tuesdays at noon Eastern time. That will start next week. And we're going to give that a try for a while. And unless something changes my world, that's where we'll be for quite a while. So Tuesdays at noon, lunch with Lori. And I'm going to kind of set up a monthly schedule. So we might be doing techniques one Tuesday, fun folds another Tuesday, that type of thing. So you're going to want to tune in and not miss out on all of that. And okay, so Debbie, I will definitely be getting those in the mail to you, and congratulations on that. Make sure you're giving me a thumbs up, guys, and you're commenting, even if you're watching the replay, sharing the video, because that will get you into the drawing for the cards that we make. All right, enough chitty chat. Let me show you the first card. So this card is one that we did in my stamp club this month using the Favorite Flowers Designer Series paper. I love that paper. I don't have it here because I figured by now you all have seen it, but there it is. All the different patterns, florals on one side, and then geometric type patterns on the opposite side. So you've got something like this on one side, and then you've got the flowers on the other side. Love that. We actually did a card a couple weeks ago with that here, I think. This cute little die here is from the Hues of Happiness bundle. Love, love, love that. We've got a flat back pearl. You know, that's my favorite embellishment out of the new kit. Layering circles. And this is what I'm calling a faux bookbinding card, right? Because it looks like the bookbinding cards where we crease this, seal this part, and then just a portion of the front flap opens. But this one actually opens the whole way. And this is a sympathy card because they're never fun to make, but we always seem to need some, don't we? So we're going to do that. And of course, this is the stamp set, Fragrant Flowers, that coordinates with that beautiful paper, with some really nice bold greetings in it, and then friend and love, as well as this cute little accent image. The inside greeting comes from Inspired Thoughts. It's one I reach for all the time because it has such great greetings in it. And then Something Fancy, which is one of our new bundles in the mini catalog, that has the With Deepest Sympathy for our card front right there, along with other great greetings. So this is another one. Hey, Connie, this is another one that I thank you for sharing. I appreciate that. Really like that. Something Fancy. Okay. That's all right, Connie. I was late too. All I have to say is technology and everybody understands, right? Oh my goodness. All right, so we have a piece of Blackberry Bliss, just 5.5 by 8.5. And as I said, I will post all the measurements down below the video once we're off. So you don't have to worry about writing anything down if you want to remake the cards or, you know, change up your pattern paper or your stamps. Just use the layout, however you want to make it work for you. There is our die cut piece. I love how that does. And I do want to point out, because I know some folks in my club were sitting there and I saw them doing stuff and I knew we had gotten all the pieces out. And I'm like, what are you doing? Oh, I'm taking out the pieces that didn't cut out. Well, guess what? They're not supposed to cut out. They're just supposed to give the outline of the die cut, but they actually don't connect where they would fully cut out. So don't think you have to punch those out, because you don't. You do not. Okay, we're going to grab our seal. And I'm going to grab a silicone pad so I don't go onto my background paper there. Just going to put it up the sides and across the bottom and a little bit at the top. And I'm being brave because I am mounting this before I stamp it. But this is really not one that I would turn over. I'd have to die cut it again, right? But I do really like how the background paper shines through this. And then here's one of those geometric patterns in the Blackberry Bliss on the opposite side of our fresh Freesia roses. I just told somebody today, I actually think these two papers are some of the prettiest papers that we offer right now. The Dainty Flowers and the Favorite Flowers. Although I have to say, the other paper that I can't stop using out of the Saleabration catalog is the Dandy Designs. And it's just so versatile, and it's subtles. It's all subtle shading. So that makes it really nice. I did go ahead and pre-cut our circle. I'm going to stamp my flower on there. I'm going to use Memento because we are going to color it with blends. So who already has the Favorite Flowers designer paper? Got a nice crisp image with that. Okay, somebody walked off. There they are. Had to grab the fresh Freesia blends. So what I'm going to do is I am going to use the light Blackberry Bliss. And I am just going to put that kind of around the center where the petals are meeting, kind of following some of those dashed lines, right? There's a lot of coloring tonight. I feel like I should have looked up some jokes to share with you because, you know, it's like watching paint dry, I always like to say. I'm going around where the shadows would be, and then where there's the back of a leaf, I always make that darker. So in South Central Pennsylvania, which is where Dillsburg is, if you've been wondering, so that's where I'm at, there is like really wicked weather, cold weather coming. Somebody said it's going to be 7 on Saturday. And if that's not cold enough, I'm going to an ice hockey game Saturday night. So my cuddle duds are already pulled out, and I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to put on my feet. All right, so we've got some darker shading in there. Now we're going to come back in with the lightest fresh Freesia. That was my kitty who was sitting here supervising. And the Farm DSP, and you have the Dainty Flowers. Oh, you got to get this one, guys. It's a good one. It's a really good one. So this is the light fresh Freesia. We're just going to add all that color in here. Bless you. My goodness, Ivy is sneezing up a storm over here. And then I'm going to come back in with some dark fresh Freesia. No two flowers will ever come out the same, because I guarantee you, you're never going to put those highlights and dark tones in exactly the same way. In here, we've got some backs of petals. And I don't know, maybe they're supposed to be lighter, but I always make the backs of petals dark. What do you guys do? Make backs of petals lighter or darker? All right. And I could keep going and adding additional layers in there, but the other thing I'm going to do just to lighten up my lightest here is this is our color lifter. And I'm just going to take some color out of that section and just lighten it up a little bit. What do you think? Not quite like this one, but pretty close. Pretty close. And then we're going to do the same thing with the, I think I've got the light and dark old olive here. Except I really thought that was Mossy Meadow, but we're going to make it old olive tonight. What do you say? So we're going to take the dark, and I'm just going to do the lines again. I love that the artists put the artistic lines in there for us, right? So we don't even have to think. You just have to follow their design. Hi, Pat. Thanks for joining us. It's to be very cold up there too. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. So that was the dark. Here comes the light. Okay, so it's not just me that makes the back of petals dark. That makes me feel better. Then we are going to take those beautiful fragrant flowers and the dye from it and just cut that out. There you can see that was kind of a failed one. I didn't really care for that one. I like what we ended up with much better. That was me playing around with different colors. Okay, so it's going to line up like this. I'm going to take it over to my die cutting machine so I don't rock your world here. Just sits on a little table beside me. Very handy and convenient. And this is actually a die that would fit through the mini machine. So most of our, I'm surprised at how many of our dies will actually fit through that machine. Very few do you need the larger machine for. So if you don't have a machine, the mini is a great one if financially you just can't swing the big one. And of course, the deal that's out there right now when you join is the best deal around to get any of the machines, because basically you just get it as part of your kit. I'm going to mount the circle. Actually, let's stamp our greeting and let's hope that we do it well. Since I've already mounted everything. I don't usually do this. I usually stamp first and then mount, but we got it. We got it. So now I can mount my circle. We're going to pop our flower up on dimensional. Just want to make sure I had the right flower there. Hey, Debbie. You were at a card class. Awesome. Oh, you're having a hard time with the DSP. Oh, I love this DSP. I do. I'm trying to think if I have any of the other ones laying around that I've made with it. I think we did one in my Freebie Fridays last week or the week before. It might have been the week before we did one. So we have to bling that up a little bit. We're going to put our inside greeting in. You could do that in Blackberry Bliss, or we can do it in Old Olive. I'm going to do it. Actually, I think this is Mossy Meadow. I said Old Olive. Yeah, this is Mossy Meadow. Sheltering you with love at a time when words fall short. I on Saturday. Oh, what? No, I heard 7 today, Valerie. Where did you hear 31? That's way doable. I'm loving that. And Sunday 50. I need to figure out what I'm going to do on Sunday. No, truthfully, and I am ashamed to admit this to you all, but you know, we're all friends here, right? My house, with the exception of our live Christmas tree, which we did get out of here, is still fully decorated from Christmas because there's been no time. Anytime I have, I'm usually down in Gettysburg at my mother's house that I'm trying to get cleaned out. So yeah, still fully decorated for Christmas. I can kind of justify the snowmen because it's still winter, but man, I can't justify all the Santas that are covering the buffet in my dining room. All right, flat back pearls, love, love, love these. We're gonna pop one of the smaller ones right in the center of that flower. It's the perfect accent on the fresh Freesia and Blackberry Bliss. And there is our completed card. I do love this paper. And of course I do, because it's purple. And you know, I love me some purple. If you haven't figured that out from my nails, right? They were blue. I took the blue off. I put the same glitter back on top of the purple. I love it. Okay, so there is our first project. And Debbie, I'm looking because you won the cards from last week, but I don't know where I put them. But hopefully you remember it was the paper pumpkin projects. So you did win those, and I'll get those off in the mail to you, my friend. All right, so the next one I have for you is a bit of a fancy fold. And it is using the Dainty Flowers. And it's a pocket card, right? And you've all seen pocket cards before, I'm sure. So this just comes out. You can write more message on the back if you like. You can put a little piece of designer paper on the back of that with a little finger pull and stick a gift card in there if you wanted to. So the card does not actually open. This is on a, look, I have my notes back there to tell me what colors to pull. Doesn't open. It's on a quarter sheet of cardstock, but we're going to play with that one next. So again, there's that fresh Freesia coming back. Going to be sad. All right, what are you going to miss? Because you know the Stampin' Up! Year changes this year too, I think, in that we will be done and the new catalog launches in May. So of course, the 2021, 2023 in colors are going to be gone. And I am going to miss fresh Freesia for sure. What's your color that you're going to miss out of fresh Freesia, pale papaya, polished pink, soft succulent, and evening evergreen? Ooh, those are tough ones. Those are tough ones. Okay, so 5.5 by 4.25 is our card base. Our sheet of designer paper is 4 inches by 10. We're going to score that at 3/4. And you know, when you score, make sure you push the black or the darker blade away, the dark gray blade away. Use the lighter blade and go gently on your designer paper. Go a little bit back and forth if you need to, but so that you get the score. But make sure you are not cutting it, and it won't take much to cut it, I have to say. Designer paper is much thinner than regular cardstock, so you want to be careful. So now I just flipped that around. So the end I just scored is up here, and I'm scoring at 4 3/4. So it's 3/4 and 4 3/4. But again, it will be beneath maybe like 15-20 minutes after we're done with the live. Hopefully I won't have the same technological issues that I had to start with. Evening Evergreen and Soft Succulent. Yeah, I know. I'm going to miss those too. I am going to miss those as well. All right, so now we're going to score, or crease, I should say. We did the scoring, right? So that one folds up. Now, very important, if you are working with designer series paper that is directional, you want to make sure that you're scoring, this is the top edge. So there's your 3/4 inch score. Because you want, when you fold this over, right, on the back, it's upside down, but that's okay because we're going to mount that to our cardstock. So you want this flap when it folds up to be going in the right direction. So keep that in mind before you score. Okay, and then there's our little fold over piece. I am going to put this together with Tombow liquid glue because I want a fairly narrow seal so that I have plenty of room for my card to slide in and out, right? That's important. So between the Evening Evergreen and the Soft Succulent, which one's your favorite? Because I agree with you. Those are two really good greens. So I just did a little bit of Tombow on both edges. And I'm going to fold that closed. And then I'm also going to do Tombow on the flap so that that seals nicely. Soft Succulent. I have to admit, and again, Evening Evergreen, I do have, you know, with my eye problems, I don't see color as well anymore as I did prior to this, the first surgery. I'm sure I'm going to see even less after the second surgery. So man, you're going to want to tune in and see what color combinations I create, let me tell you. But when I first saw Evening Evergreen, I thought it was almost black. Now I love it. Now I think it's fabulous. But I would be hard pressed to choose between Soft Succulent and Evening Evergreen because I love them both. All right, we're going to do a little stamping on our circle here. And again, this is the layering circle. I'm not going to tell you what sizes because I can't remember, but I'm going to say maybe close to the 1.5 and close to the 1 3/4. I don't think they're exact with the layering circles. If you have the punches, yeah, absolutely. You can use 1.5 and 1 3/4 to be more exact. Hard to choose, love them all. I know. They were really good ones. Probably my least favorite when they came out was the polished pink. And but I fell in love with that. I use it all the time now. So it's always sad when they go, but you know what that means? We're going to get to see some new ones. And we already know one is that beautiful boho blue. Birthday Wishes. Where does that come from? That comes from Garden Birdhouses. And this is in the annual catalog. So there's your birthday wishes. Hope each moment of your day is as special as you are. Hello. Welcome back. So glad you're here. And then all these cute little images. This was a favorite. I did a note card class with that when that first came out, and that was very popular. We're going to mount that to our fresh Freesia circle. My seal is alive, apparently. And then this is going to go right here, just flat, no dimensionals. We might as well go ahead and mount this to our card base. And remember, that's just 1/4 of a sheet. That's not going to open up. This is what we call a pocket card. I haven't made one of those in a while, and they're fun. Okay, so that is basically the holder, if you will. And now we're going to use the Dainty Delight stamps, right? Beautiful floral images here. I love this cute little guy down here. And then thank you for your kindness, sending love during this season of growth. Celebrate you, and the best is yet to come. Yeah, I love the birdhouses too. They were fun. They still are. I don't know why I said they were. We're going to do a little more. Oh, sorry. We're going to do a little more coloring. So again, I'm going to grab my memento. How about the stamp set in the mini catalog that has the, I think, more realistic birds than some we have, and the nest? I can't remember the name of the set. Somebody remember the name of the set? But that is pretty cool. That is a pretty cool set. Haven't gotten that one yet. All right, so I'm going to stamp this up here along the edge, just so that just a little bit of it goes off the edge. I'm going to try to bring it down so that the base is at the bottom of the card, which I failed to do on the other one. Okay, now I did that in Memento simply because we're going to color it with the blends, but I'm going to bring back out my Starry Sky for the Celebrate You, which is part of the Dainty Delight stamp set. And again, here's another one that to me looks so similar to black that it's hard for me necessarily to see the difference. All right, we're going to take that away. Yeah. And we're going to color that in. So I've got some of the old olive again and the fresh freesias, and I'm introducing a little bit of the dark daffodil delight. I'm going to do some of these smaller flowers in the daffodil delight. Could have stamped this in evening evergreen as well. Again, saying what I was just saying earlier, in that to me it's very dark, so we could have done that. And evening evergreen is one of those inks that does not bleed out with your blends. So I know when we first introduced the blends, we said, oh, you know, you have to stay with the Memento black, otherwise your colors will bleed, etc. But those of us that are adventuresome and go, I'm going to test that theory, have learned that not necessarily, right? You can use some of the other colors. I'll make sure I get rid of the Blackberry Bliss and just have the fresh Freesia here. But I do recommend that before you do it right on your project, that you test it on a piece of scrap paper. And like I said, I do know that evening evergreen is one of those that we can do that with. I think I really basically, I missed a yellow. I think I just stayed with the light fresh Freesia looking at that. I don't think I really did a whole lot of shading. Here on this bigger flower, I'll come back in with a little bit of dark. All right, so I'm very inquisitive tonight, huh? I'm asking you all these questions. What's your favorite product out of the Saleabration catalog? The current one. Now, with the new releases, I know there's some additional things there, but out of the actual catalog itself, what is your favorite product? Purple. That's to be yellow. Grab the darker purple. I use the bullet tips a lot. I know I've said that on many of my lives. They just, I don't know. For me, I feel like I have more control with the bullet tip versus the brush tip. Plus, then my brush tip, ugh, can't see for getting my tongue in front of my eye teeth. is protected for when I need it later. Because you know, there's going to be some point where I need that skinny little tip to get into an area. And it doesn't take long, especially when you're using them in your events and your classes and your stamp clubs, for those brush tips to break down. My blends get used very hard. So there are our flowers, and then we're just going to do some quick leaves. We're using the light. I'm just tapping the blend to the paper because it will fill in the openings of those little tiny. Much easier than trying to color into that, right? So if you like to color, I highly recommend Dainty Delight. It has some really pretty images to color. I think my favorite coloring mechanism right now is the blends, but you know, you can color with watercolor pencils, you can color with the Stampin' Right markers, you can color with the blender pen in your ink pad, you can color with the re-inkers and blender pens, or not, yeah, blender pens or water brushes. The chalks. I did a lot with the chalks when they first came out, and I haven't done much with them since. I need to go back and revisit them. All right. I think we're going to stop right there. What do you think? This I'm going to mount onto my fresh Freesia. And then I'm going to cheat. I try not to use product that's not available to purchase, but we used to have all kinds of handheld circle punches, right? Any handheld circle punch will work to punch your hole through your ribbing. Hi, Sandy. Nice to see you. You like to buy the Bay DSP? Yes, I do too. I do too. As a matter of fact, one of this month's, January's, or last month's cards, Just Cards, was part of that pack. And I had to 2-day paper today because I didn't have enough. So I am just sliding that down, maybe between 1/4 and 1/2 inch, trying to eyeball the center. And we're going to punch through both layers. And then I have the fresh Freesia ribbon here. And I'm going to, and I always trim off more than I need, but that's the way of the world, right? Oh man. These scissors desperately need clean. There is adhesive sheet, or not adhesive sheet, foam sheet all over them. All right, let's see if I can get that through there. And I'm going to push the the folded over end, not the tails through. Or try to anyway. Oh, thank you, Tina. All right, so I got that, and I went through from the front to the back, because what I want to do now is I want to pull that up, and I want to push my tails through and try to keep that somewhat straight. So it just gives us a more finished look on the front, a collar on our pull ribbon, if you will. See how nice that is? Versus if we went the other way, we'd have something that looks like that. And I think this just gives it a more finished look. So I always push the fold through Not with those scissors. I'm not going to try that on my other scissors. These were our old ribbon scissors, which my husband has recently learned you don't use those to cut anything but ribbon. All right, and then this is simply going to slide into our pocket. Okay, and again, we kept that edge really snug. Maybe not snug enough though. Let's see. First time you push it down through, it's a little tight, but then it'll loosen up for you. All right, okay, we're gonna pretend this one. Look at that, beautiful. We're gonna add some bling. These are these fun flowers that I can't stop playing with. It's crazy. I didn't touch them forever and a day. And now I use them at least once a day on some project. So we're going to put one up there. I'm using the little ones. These are the Orchid Oasis. Okay. And then we're going to put one small one right underneath our greeting. And there are our two projects made with the pretty papers. Lots of purple tonight, guys. Hope you like purple. I do. And I hope you enjoyed those projects. If you did, again, please make sure to give me a thumbs up, share my video for me, and subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. That way you'll be notified when I'm live the next time, which remember now is going to be Tuesdays at noon. Did I say Tuesdays or Wednesdays? Tuesdays at noon. Yes, Tuesdays at noon. Lunch with Lori. And I also am starting to load my Facebook videos. So if you miss it over on Facebook, you can always catch the replay over there or come see the replay here on YouTube. Thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it. It's always more fun to do this when I have folks watching. And I'll be giving these cards away on the next YouTube Live. So be sure to come back Tuesday at noon. Thanks, guys. Have a great night. See you soon. Bye.